Hello, everybody. We're live at Eurotek KTM in Ripon, North Yorkshire for the 2017 Red Bull Romaniacs Campaign. I'm just here with Mark Jackson. Now, you may remember that last year I was here with Mark just talking about the event which is going to be taking place in Romania at Cebu in about 10 days' time. And Mark is taking, 30 riders out this year. I think you've got 25 initially that you're transporting out, but there is 30 riders involved in the event this year from the UK. How's things for starters?
Yeah, we've been really busy, obviously, sorting people out, getting the bikes here. It's been a bit stressful, but everything's going to plan, to be fair. A few of the riders are already out there, Bolts and I think Mark Kirby's out there, I'm not sure. We'll be looking after them when we're there. David Knight's bringing his bike in Monday, so we'll be, really looking forward to him riding and seeing how he fares over there. So that's quite exciting. We've got Sam Winterburn who rides for another KTM dealer. We're looking after him as well, so he's in the gold class. And then we've got at the other end of the spectrum, we've got Kate Sowden who's doing iron class. So we've got quite a broad spread of riders to look after, to be honest.
So in terms of the transport out there, the guys are setting off, what is it, Tuesday when they're going with their bikes and travelling out to Romania?
Yeah, they set off Tuesday. They basically arrive in Romania on Friday late afternoon. Then we'll sort of set up the paddock, unload the bikes, get everything sorted. And most people arrive on a Sunday stroke Monday. Then the prologue is on Tuesday, so there's not a lot of time to sort of get yourself dialed in and everything before the carnage starts. So.
In relation to the mechanics, obviously Nick is going to be your head mechanic out there, Nick Sanderson, and he's got some guys working with them. How is that going to work in terms of, who are they going to be looking after? Are they going to be looking after sort of particular individuals or a group or what?
No, I mean, there's basically 10 people who are going to be looking after 30 riders. We've got Julian Stevens going. He'll be looking after David predominantly. Then, when he's finished with David, then hopefully he'll look after other people as well. But yeah, we've got plenty of people on hand to help out.
And are you entering the event this year as well?
Yeah, I'm riding the silver class, so I've got my son to compete with this year. So there's a bit of rivalry there at the moment. So we'll see how we get on.
I know James has ridden before. He was there 2 years ago. Well, that was his first event 2 years ago in the bronze. I think he rode last year as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I rode in the bronze last year. I think he was 10th, but I think it's time for him to move up now and ride with the big boys. So we'll see what happens anyway.
Now I know Paul Bolton's out there. He's out there at the moment. Who's looking after him? I know he goes under your banner, Eurotek. But what's happening with Paul?
We'll be looking after Paul this year. He'll be in our paddock. So yeah, I mean he's over there now. He's riding over there. We keep getting phone calls wanting bits and pieces. So no, he's a good lad. And Romania is an event where he normally, he does really well. It's his kind of going, if you know what I mean. So yeah, he should do really well. I'm looking forward to it.
And David Knight, the big name really this year. It's his first time in Romania at Romaniacs, that type of event. Obviously, he's got quite a good background in terms of, he's been a world champion 4 times with Enduro, World Championship Enduro, etc. He had a lot of accolades like Erzberg and things like that. For Romania, do you think is going to be his goal there? Is it going to be just to go and enjoy himself or try and be as competitive as he can?
I think when you've been 4 times world champion, you want to go and win. He won't be going there just to tour around. He'll be giving it 100%. There's no pressure from us guys. We want him to go, see how he fares. But I'm sure he'll open a few eyes, that's for sure, because he can ride a bike, and he can still ride a bike now. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. Yeah.
One of the things out there, I know it's the navigation, isn't it? And I think some of the track or the course is marked, but they do have to rely on the satellite navigation, don't they?
They do, yeah. I mean, it's a funny one because when you're riding at speed, it's hard to, follow tape, look at your GPS. So I think everybody gets lost to a certain degree. But if you've never done it before, then you know, it is a whole new experience. But we've just been out in Spain doing some training on GPS, so hopefully we're well prepared for that.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it this year. My first year out there. I mean, for me, this is Red Bull Romaniacs is the event that I started following nearly 10 years ago, just by watching the DVDs, and that's where I got the hard enduro bug really. And I'm sure my wife who's watching will agree with that. I put her through many hours of watching DVDs and the TV, you know, the sort of entertainment stuff what Jeff Costa made. But we're going to have a short break now, and we're going to be going down to the workshop in the next sort of 15 minutes to catch up with Nick Sanderson, have a chat with him, and also have a look at the new 2018 300 TPI fuel-injected bike. Stay tuned. Thank you. Back at Eurotek for the 2017 Red Bull Romaniacs Campaign, and we're just in the workshop now with the resident mechanic Nick Crasher Sanderson. Nick, how's it going?
Yeah, not so bad, you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Now, we're going to have to break you off from what you're doing at the moment. You're just working on some forks, but we're going to just have a chat about the mechanicking side of things over there this year. And I know you've got a survival kit out we're going to have a look at, and also the 2018 fuel-injected bike, which we've got here in front of us. Talk about that in a few moments. Yeah, but you're travelling out with me next Sunday. We're flying out together. And mechanicking wise, this year you're the head mechanic. You're looking after. I think there's going to be 10 guys working with you in total.
I've lost track, to be honest. Yeah.
You don't know. You've lost track.
Yeah,
and I think
all the guys going out there.
Yeah, no. We've just spoken to Mark a few minutes ago, and he just said that there's about 10 guys working with you, doing all sorts of things, really. But you're going to be looking after, doing Paul Bolton's bike, aren't you? I think you're working with him a little to some degree.
Yeah, Bolton's in the same paddock as us this year, so we're looking after his bike. And the other 33 people that we're taking as well.
We've got Julian Stevens, we believe, working with David Knight from the mechanicking point.
Going over there to fettle David's bike.
Now, there's a lot of spares being taken out there. How does that work in terms of, for the riders requiring spares? Is it just a case of if the bikes are damaged, at the end of the day, you'll replace it and then they'll pay at the end of the event, or what?
We've got a book, just like a little logbook with everyone's name in. So anything they need, hopefully, we've got in a van. We've got half the shop with us, so it's a poor shop if we haven't got it. But yeah, they just anything they need, we replace, put it on a bill, sort it out when they get back. So.
We just come over to the bench here and just have a look at this. We're just going to look at this survival kit now. And Reece, if you want to pan the camera now for us, mate. It's coming. We're just waiting for. Nick's feeling a bit stressed out at the moment. Right, we've just got a survival kit here now on the bench, which every rider has to carry. And we've also in the background at the moment, we're going to speak to Ali Price shortly. He's just behind the camera. But just talking about the survival kit, Nick, this is what every rider has to carry, isn't it? Flares, etc.
We've all got to carry that on the person.
Just want to go through what we've got.
Yeah, we've got 2 emergency flares. So if it goes very badly wrong. Signalling mirror, lighter, compass, foil blanket, pencil, emergency details. Spare batteries for your GPS.
This is everything what the riders need at the time of scrutineering. If they haven't got it, they can't ride.
Scrutineering, and they also do the odd spot check on the days. So random people will get pulled up, and if they haven't got that kit on them, you're out. So you must carry that with you.
Now, I've heard all sorts of stories. Bearing in mind, this is my first time out there, starting at silly hours like 4 o'clock in the morning. Is that going to be a regular sort of thing for the top riders?
You're up at about 4 o'clock for your breakfast, and then we've got to load everyone into it. Depending where the start is, they either ride to it if it's close enough, or we'll pile them all in vans, take them off there. I mean, your start can be up to 60 kilometres away from the hotel. So yeah, you're up early. The riders will be off from probably 6:30 onwards. I mean, there's that many riders. Some riders are setting off till 10:30. But yeah, your first riders will be away around 6:30.
And changing the tyres. I spoke to Mark briefly about that. Like, how does the tyre changing situation go? Do they book in with the tyre manufacturers or what?
Most people use either Mitas or Golden Tyre. They've got a big tent in the paddock. So you pre-book with them, you pre-pay. We just take the wheels down and they fit it all for us.
Now we're just looking at the 2018 TPI 300 two-stroke here. Just come round here. Rich, going to pan the camera around, mate. This is a bike what you're renting out, aren't you, for the event? Just sort of tell me about that.
The rental. Yeah, we've got 4 guys renting bikes off us. 3 of them from South Africa. One is an English lad that lives in Dubai. So yeah, they just contacted us and said, do we do anything rental wise? So we've managed to sort this out for them.
And obviously it's a new model. Have you actually tested one of these bikes yet?
It turned up 2 days ago. It's the first. We've got one 250 and one 300 so far. So no, we haven't swung a leg over them yet.
Is there a big demand at the moment?
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot more people wanting them than there are bikes at the moment.
And we'll just bring in Ali Price now if Ali wants to come and join us. And we've just ambushed Ali as he came into the workshop, just dropping his bike off and his kit. Just come round, mate. Well, this is your first time at Romania. You're looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's first time, so really looking forward to it. It's an event I wanted to do for quite a while, so finally got the opportunity to do it.
Saw you at Lagares. Wasn't the event that you were expecting, quite hard out there, but looking at some of the other stuff you've done, Erzberg 5 times, Sea to Sky twice. What's your expectations in Romania?
Well, going back from Lagares, I think we've got a bit of a point to prove, really. Really enjoyed the prologue and felt all right, but it was just a few issues and the late night and the food, didn't really have the good food. It's not excuses, but it was just nothing fell into place, and that's definitely experience for next year if we go again. So I think Romania, I've got to treat it a little bit differently and not try to go for like all out and just try and enjoy it, because these events you have got to do once or twice to know the ropes, really. So
what you like in terms of satellite navigation using the Garmin?
It's difficult to say, really, until you actually put in that situation. It's quite easy just trail riding around your local trails, especially when you know where you're going. We've done a little bit of work, but we'll just see how it goes, really.
And sponsorship wise, I know you're doing some stuff with Adventure Spec. Obviously, Mark's helping you out as well. Yeah. Have you got any other sponsors that you want to mention?
No, just say big like Eurotek and Adventure Spec do quite a lot of stuff. We're going to do a little bit more with the Alfie camera in Romaniacs as well. So get the prologue out on that as well. Yeah, so it just should be good.
I hope you have a great event. We'll be following you, obviously, as well as the other guys out there throughout the week. So it should be fantastic. But in terms of today's live streaming, we're pretty much done here. That's a bit of an overview of what's going to be happening. We're going to be following all the British riders this year at Red Bull Romaniacs. Me and Tino will be doing all the filming, live streaming from Cebu and wherever possible throughout the event. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to be live streaming direct to Facebook. I did some live streaming last week in Lincolnshire to YouTube, where they're copying the link to Facebook. But I think the way forward is straight to Facebook to get more views and more coverage, so people get more access quickly. So stay tuned. Follow us on Facebook, Team Hensel Enduro Media. We'll be live streaming from the 24th, the day before the event starts. So we'll see you there. Take care for now. Cheers, Alex. Okay, this is the new 300. Listen to this. See you in Romania. Take care for now.